viewers here on the breakfast show. The Giza Pyramids area hosted the members of the American pop rock band Maroon 5 as part of their current visit to Egypt to perform in a musical show. Maroon 5 were received by Director General of the Pyramids Archaeological Area, Ashraf Muhyiddin, who welcomed them and took them on a tour inside the area, which included the pyramid of King Khufu from the inside, the Sphinx area, and the second panorama. During their visit, members of Maroon 5 expressed their happiness to visit Egypt and the Giza Pyramids area, which contains the Great Pyramid of Khufu, the only surviving wonder of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. They also showed their fascination with the way the Sphinx was sculpted. The team was eager to record their visit by taking photos and short videos, which they will post online, which will in turn promote Egypt as a tourist destination. With us now over the phone is Mr. Ahmed Nour, and he is the chairman of the Tour Guides Syndicates in Giza Governorate. A very good morning to you, Mr. Nouruddin. Happy Eid, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Happy Eid for you too. Good morning.
Mr. Nouruddin, how do you see the significance of the pyramids visit by the Grammy-winning band Maroon 5?
I see it is so important for the Egyptian tourists, and also it is a good propaganda, and this is a new ideas to have in last few months many famous personalities to visit Egypt and to visit the pyramid area. Like we had seen the visit of Messi, Will Smith, many of this visit. This is ideas, like we say, outside of the box. This is an idea and a new kind of propaganda in social media. You can imagine that the band was keen to record their visit by taking memorial photos and short videos, which they will upload on their social media account. So this will turn and will promote the Egyptian tourist destination, and will make a propaganda for thousands and thousands of followers. So this is so important, this new idea that we have now. Thanks for God that we have a big number of tourists in last few months, comparing with the same period last year and the other years. So with this ideas also we will have more and more tourists, especially in that time after 2 years of COVID-19.
Yes, Mr. Nouruddin. So talk to us about how exactly can such visits by internationally renowned musicians, artists and figures like Maroon 5 promote tourism in Egypt. How can we best exploit such a visit?
This is so important. You have this new ideas, and this famous band, not only in the United States, but for all the world. When you will see the band will their perform live at the Pyramid of Giza for the first time ever. When the people watch that, they are watching the band and they are enjoying the music and their time, but in the same time they are watching that in pyramid area. The background is a pyramid area, the 3 pyramids of Cheops. The people will start also to plan to come to see this place later. So we have some other who came to Egypt, and maybe will repeat their visit and also will repeat their show again because they enjoyed, like they mentioned, they expressed their happiness to visit Egypt and the Giza pyramid, Antiquities area. And they mentioned that it contains the Great Pyramid of Cheops, the only one surviving of the seven wonders of the ancient world.
Right.
Also, they spoke and they showed their fascination with the way of the Sphinx was sculpted.
Right.
When they mentioned that and when they said that, and the people will read about that and they will see their notice. Also, they would like to do the same visit and to see the same area because, as example, a team or a band like a famous band like the
Maroon
American
5.
pop rock or Maroon 5, when they will speak, you know that many of the young and also old people will hear and will listen and will believe and will be excited to visit the same place that they spoke about it. Maybe better than the book, better than any other method to read. So when they will hear that from the band, it will be more interesting for them to make the same visit for this famous place.
Right, and by the way, this is a really talented group, and they have real nice music. Allow me to say, Maroon 5, of course, welcomed here in Egypt. We welcome them here, and they really have great music. Now, what other tourist sites in Giza or in Egypt, Mr. Noureddin, you think would be suitable to promote tourism in our country that holds like 2/3 of the world's treasures?
We have in Giza only, we have many places, you know, near to the pyramid area. We are waiting the gem, the Egyptian museum to open, maybe in November this year. We have at Giza the first pyramid in Egypt and the first big construction of stone in all the world. This area of the step pyramid of Saqqara, of King Zoser, and the funerary complex of King Zoser at Saqqara. And also after the opening of the pyramid, to visit it from inside the pyramid of Saqqara, it is interesting and important place to visit because now it is open, the step pyramid of King Zoser at Saqqara, to visit from inside, and the southern tomb also is important place to visit, especially with several and many tombs around from all the kingdom, from the 5th and 6th dynasty, more than 4,400 years ago, with the original colors and the famous scenes, with the new excavation in this area also is so important. And beside the ancient capital of Egypt, Memphis, the capital of Egypt during the Old Kingdom, with the famous statue of Ramses II there, and the alabaster sphinx also. And near to this area, we have two big pyramids of this area of Dashur, the bent pyramid of King Senefru, father of Cheops, about 101 meter height, and the red pyramid also of Senefru in the same area of Dashur, about 99 meters high. So important place to visit. So at Giza, it was the necropolis or the cemetery of all the kingdom. So you can see pyramids from Abu Rawash for Bedefra, pyramid of Giza, or pyramids of Giza of Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaura, and the famous statue of Sphinx After that, you can visit this area of Saqqara, Memphis, and Dashur. And if we will go a little bit to the south, we can reach to the famous pyramid of Maidu, also of King Huni, from the end of the third dynasty and the beginning of the fourth dynasty.
Right. Mr. Noureddin, as Egypt has definitely, and the world at large, gotten past the worst of COVID-19, how do you see the picking up of tourism numbers, perhaps the number of tourists coming to Egypt and the revenues coming from those numbers, and how can this help, in bringing to Egypt via this very important and vital industry, foreign currency at the moment?
Tourism is an important source of income nowadays for all the Egyptians, not only for the people who are working in tourism, because around is a big industry, the tourism, and also one of the main income of and sources of income for the country. In 2 years, almost 2 years of COVID-19, stopped the tourism in Egypt and in all the world, but started again. And comparing the number of tourists who came to Egypt in 2021 and this year, 2022, thanks for God, last month and last few months, maybe after also the war of Russia and Ukraine, this tourists who are coming from Ukraine, that they reached for 1 million before COVID-19 to Egypt, and also the huge number of Russian stopped, but now started again to receive tourists from Russia, not the same number like before, but from other nationalities. We have a huge number of tourists who are coming to Egypt for cultural tourism, and also beach tourism started again, and we reached to a number we can compare with this big number that we reached before COVID-19, especially this number who are coming from Europe and from Latin America and from United States. So this number of tourists reaching again to the same number that we had before COVID-19, and I think that inshallah, if God will, we will reach to the big number that we reached before 2011, that we reached in 2010 to 14.7 million. I hope that it will continue the number increasing like we are seeing. We will reach to this number again, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed Noureddin, Chairman of the Tour Guide Syndicate of Giza. Thank you very much, sir. Dear viewers, that is it for this segment of The Breakfast Show. But my dear colleague Angie Meher will be back here shortly, and she will be talking about the nutritional habits and the food and the diet habits in Ramadan and during Eid and after Ramadan, and we'll have advices for you via our expert guest as to how best keep your weight intact and stay in shape. So please stay with us, don't go anywhere.